Cuspers, welcome to Deep Heights. Thank you for joining me. My name is Deborah. I want to apologize for the delay in getting the readings out. I know that it's been 2 months. My mother got very, very ill in the beginning of September and had been in the hospital and then in a care center for some time, which was terrible. And she's home now and on home care. So I'm been dealing a lot with that, and I work full time. So that's the main reason why I haven't put any videos out, but I'm well despite all of that. Thank you for sticking with me, and thank you to those who've reached out to me. I really appreciate it. I hope that you've been well, and I felt terrible about not putting out a reading for your birthdays, so please forgive me. It's been hard, and it's difficult for me to do readings when I'm tired because the energy isn't there for it, and I feel like you deserve better. So today is actually my first day off in about 10 days, so it's been the first day to kind of do my laundry and clean and grocery shop. So I'm here now, and thank you for being here with me. So let's get started. All right, let's get an overall energy. Okay. What's the overall energy for my cusper? What's the frequency? The proper question for these cards. Healing. Soul time on the bottom of the deck. Still this horrible glare. Soul time. And healing. It's a good time for it. You know, we're in Scorpio season. 29. Card 29 breaks down to an 11, which is the Justice card, but I think more of the 11th house of Uranus. And I think that Uranus is actually retrograding. I don't remember what sign it's in, but Uranus is retrograding right now. Things that are unexpected, breakdowns in communication, difficulty. I think that Uranus retrograding isn't necessarily the greatest thing, but not the worst thing, because it's, I don't know. We'll let that open up like a nice little wine. But healing your soul, with the soul time and the healing, is taking a step back from the busyness of life and the busyness and difficulties and the unexpected circumstances that happen to us, so we can heal ourselves as well, because we can't help others if we're not helping ourselves. You know, what's that saying? You know, remove the log from thine own eye before you point out the splinter in someone else's. Making sure that you take care of yourself and what your soul is, and what kind of time does the soul operate on? Is it out of linear time? What is the soul? And what is time? Is time matter? You know, like matter, physical matter of this world, the nature of time, what the purpose is for our being here, healing when so much of life hurts. So many of our experiences are painful, and that's how we grow. I know that I've said before how a friend of mine had told me, you know, there are other ways to grow than just through pain, and I thought that was just the wildest thing that anyone had ever told me, because I'm like, how is that possible? How are there other ways to grow if if it's not painful, right? Let's see. I have a couple of new decks. I'm not sure which one I want to use. I think I want to get a couple of fairies, talking about the soul time and focusing. I don't know, maybe it's not even about the focus, you know. It's not about the focus of the mind. And is the mind the soul? Is it, what is the mind? There's so many more questions, you know, much less answers here at Deep Heights. There's so many more questions. But the questions that we should be asking and acknowledging, and maybe we never get the answers, and being okay if we don't have the answers. Can you heal? Can you be okay without knowing why or how? The the imagery here is it's cyclical, you know, the cycles of the soul, through time. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. But are you born with the soul? You know, we're born with the spark. We have the spark. We create our souls. We grow our souls through pain. I know that the creation of the soul requires the blood of the heart, and if the heart bleeds, it needs to be healed. That's a time for healing, opening up those wounds. I don't know, but then you don't want to open up wounds if you're healing. Acknowledging them, acknowledging the darkness, the pain, not repressing it or denying it. I feel like I'm rambling. I apologize. Okay, let's get a couple of fairies and see what the fairies have to say here. Oh wow. The fairy guide. Just like the Fool card in this deck. This is card 0 in this deck. Limitlessness. And it's the 0, the cycles. A clean slate. Unscarred, right? But it's the scars that make us beautiful. It's those bullet holes and just knife wounds in our back and slit throats, right? Because to the right person and the right soul sees that beauty, and you see your own beauty. Because this is almost blinding. This white light, this is blinding. But it's the new reality. It's for that new reality to emerge of limitlessness, not being bound to the 0, not being bound to the cycles of the Fool, you know, moving beyond that, moving beyond time, you know, seeing the world for what it is, recognizing it, and what is this reality, this dimension, this earth plane. This is, wow, okay, let's get one more. There are a lot of questions. I feel like, wow, the sage. Wisdom of the soul, the wisdom of spirit, the wisdom of growth. The tree, he carries his soul with him. This is like the soul that you are the wisdom, the tree, the healing. You know, I was just burning sage in my room yesterday and cleansing. It's about cleansing your soul, a soul cleanse. There's something gnarly about this card, about this energy, gnarled about the soul, about maybe you feel ugly, you feel scarred, you feel like you've got too much, you know, and scar tissue, you know, when you have a scar, it tightens, you have less flexibility, less mobility, pain gets stuck there, the energy gets stuck there, stagnancy, rigidity, inflexible, you know, and our bodies are reflections of our souls. There's a call to healing for you, Cusper, and a call from your soul. Very, very profound, very deep, very like a horn that blowing for battle, you know, that reverberates through time. You know, if our soul or our spirits are in a different place, right? I don't know. Our higher self, where is that higher self? Is it within? You know, something's calling for you, calling out that inner wisdom, letting go of what needs to be let go of. Las Guna is on the bottom of the deck. This card is about healing as well, about taking time for your body, getting some body work, doing a scrub, getting a massage, getting a facial, taking a bath, getting you some Epsom salt and putting some essential oils in the tub, some herbs, tinctures, doing a cleanse, being in nature, being in water. Of course, there's the little mushroom there. Very earthy energy, but staying grounded, because the sage is very grounded, very hermetic, very silent. Hermeticism is about silence because it's an inner knowing. It can't be spoken. It can't be shared because it belongs to you. Because no one else speaks to your soul. Your soul speaks to you. Our souls can speak to each other, right? But the most important conversation is the conversation you have with yourself. Because something new is going to emerge from within you, that you bring out from within yourself, the healing you give yourself. This is very beautiful energy, very wise, a lot of wisdom here, and wisdom can't be taught. Wisdom is experience. There's a healer, it's about healing others, healing yourself, or maybe not healing others, but opening up those pathways or showing through the soul pathways to healing. Let's get a few cards. Show me the situation that I was going to call you my customer, which is strange, that my cusper is dealing with. And just thinking about the word custom, or, what are you accustomed to? Your customs, breaking from those, I don't know, somehow, maybe for someone with conventions, within cultural conventions, breaking free of that imprisonment. I'm thinking like the devil card, being chained to matter, tied to matter, customary. Let's get 3 cards, please. Maybe these are it. Well, we have 5. We'll take them. So we have the Hanged Man. In this deck, it's called the Hanged Woman. The 2 of Wands. The 10 of Swords. The 5 of Cups. And the 4 of Cups. This is stagnancy. Absolute stagnancy. This is like looking out, being stuck inside somewhere, and you're looking out and you want to go out, but you can't go out. A glass ceiling. Emotional turmoil. Stagnancy. Just boredom. And bored with yourself. The Hanged Man and the 2 of Wands. Seeing what you want and not being able to go about getting it, not knowing how to get there. There's a matter of complacency. But there's the will the desire for it, but being stuck, something that needs to be let go of, letting go of how you feel about yourself, your ideas about yourself, about how you should seem or what you should be like. A lot of difficulty here with self-esteem, with the way that you see yourself, is very negative. There isn't a deep love and respect for the self. So they're saying like you're feeling like you were ugly with scars. You need to show yourself mercy. That's the word, mercy. That a dawn is breaking. To emerge, if you've been wrapped up in a cocoon here, in a web. There's a web surrounding this character here. And this one is in white. And here we have this one emerging here with this Two of Wands. In red with the will. Seeing your future, making the change, walking away, because then she walks. Then the character blossoms. And walking away from this Ten of Swords, Five of Cups, Four of Cups energy, this deflation, this psychological deflation that you've been under, heavy energy. That's why the first things that come out are healing. That you have it within you, calling upon your soul for guidance. The Two of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck here. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles behind that. And the Lovers. It's getting mental clarity. You're unsteady, you know. The world kind of seems like it's in turmoil and you feel like it's unsteady, but you have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. You have a beginning. And with the Lovers card, this is a card of Gemini, of mutable air, of a clear mind, the ability to see truth and to take action upon it in the real world, in the material world, in this world. Earth and air. Grounding. I was talking about that with the Sage. Grounding. Walking barefoot in the grass. Letting things go. Letting that dead weight, that dead energy go. Letting it fall away is important. It's a heavy reading, you know. But these are the things that keep us held back. We are our own worst enemy. We stand in our own way. I'm talking about the Uranus retrograding. Sorry, I want to look and see. I've got it in my phone. And it's retrograding in Taurus, which is interesting. The fifth, the Hierophant, Earth, that earthy energy, right? But it's interesting. That's the second house. A loss of possessions. Family difficulty. Miscommunication. enthusiasm. There's that, like that fairy guide. Oh, I'm showing you the, but then, wow, okay, so we have the hummingbirds. I'm showing you the illustration on the back of the card, but the beauty, being enthusiastic for the beauty, still seeing the beauty in the world, the unexpected beauty as we go into fall and deeper into winter, as things die and fall away, that there's still blossoms, that you are the blossom, that your soul is the beauty, you know, that you're the flower that grows, right? Your soul is the beauty. You could be attracting a Virgo. Gate 16, enthusiasm. This is about skills, the skills for living life as art. Having the skills to live in this world is a challenge, to navigate this reality and not be completely overwhelmed by it, or a mindless droid person like I see all over. Line 2 is the cynic. You don't want to be that way. You don't want to be like me, cynical. Try not to be cynical. I'm just a realist. But delusional as well. The 5 of Cups, the 4 of Cups. Depression. There's a heavy feeling of, there's a dark energy. It's like a fucking dark cloud. And breaking free from that. And on the bottom is this possession in great measure, this power skills. You know, the fuel to empower, that 2 of Wands is, where's your fuel coming from? It comes from within. You get that energy from your soul, your spirit, that your chi, you know, that you circulate. You don't want it to be stagnant. And it gets fucking stagnant, you know, like you need to slaw off that dead skin, that dead chi, that dirty chi, or however you want to see it, you know. And being, where do you get that gate 14, temperance, you know, the powerhouse of the soul, you know, the energy maker, the temperance card, Sagittarius, the mutable fire, you know, the enthusiasm. Gate 16 is the enthusiasm, the tower, unexpected. 0, the fairy guide, unexpected opportunities, unexpected wisdom, unexpected revelations, you know. But possession in great measure, you have access to that within, you know. I feel it very strongly. It changes the feeling of the air in the room. What's your advice? No. What's the challenge here for my cusper? What's the challenge for my cusper? What's the challenge? The Fool. Wow. 5 of Swords reversed. It's hard to say. The first thing I want to say is taking the risk. That you're afraid to let go. This is a card about enlightenment, being light, like a feather, light as a feather. Soft as a feather and just a touch away. It's about freedom. the fear of freedom, the responsibility of freedom, the freedom from freedom, going your own way, being in the loop, right? We're talking about the loops, the movement, the wheels of time, the flows of time. Because for the fool, things are new, everything is beautiful. The fool is enthusiastic. The fool has possession in great measure, you know. The fertile power of the sacral at its most exalted, you know. The fool is on a cliff. Jump. The lightness, the whiteness, you know. The purity. It's about purity. Cleanliness. Sanity. Guided by wisdom, you know. The fool becomes wise in his folly. There's joy in the journey. Don't forget that. You know, we talk about pain and how as we have these really difficult experiences that challenge us, you know, that challenges you, you lose faith, you lose hope, you lose strength. Where do you find courage? It just seems pointless, overwhelming. How do you stay light in that? The Five of Swords reversed. The Seven of Cups, you know, and the Four of Pentacles being stuck in ick. You know, Five of Cups again. Ooh, Magician reverse. You've been feeling it. It's about letting it go. And I can't let it go for you. No one else can tell you how to let it go. You have to find where it's at within you and flow and move and do some things with your body and your energy and movement and, you know, go see get acupressure. I mean, acupuncture, acupressure is fantastic. It's super relaxing by itself, but maybe seeing a good acupuncturist, taking some herbs and doing some research about your own body and finding what works for you and what you're attracted to. Feeling good about yourself. The wheel reversed. And the star on the bottom of the deck. Healing. You know, being stuck, we had the hangman coming out, you know, not having any help. Feeling like the world is against you, like the gods are against you, like the fates are against you, your fucking birth chart is against you, you know. It's Uranus here, talking about the 11th house. This is the card of Aquarius, ruled by Uranus. It's an absolutely stunningly beautiful card about cleanliness, talking about going and getting some body work, doing some cleansing your energy, your soul, your energy body. The only thing keeping you stuck is you, Cusper. Woo! And there's your Ace of Wands to get out of it. And the Justice, the adjustment card reversed on the bottom of the deck. I'm always horrified when I see this card reversed. It's never what we want to see coming up in Cusper reading. The adjustment card reversed. Let me see what's behind it. The Princess of Discs, the Nine of Cups reversed. Needing to be grounded, you know. Focusing, trying to be practical as well. It's a fine line, you know. because we exist in this material world, in this reality, in this earth reality, in this beautiful place that is just slowly being destroyed. Your enthusiasm, it comes from a different place within each of us, and it comes ultimately from the soul. What are you feeding your soul? Are you taking care of it? Acknowledging it. There's a great opportunity here for you to let it go, to find real, deep healing for your soul that changes your reality, your perception, the way that you see. You know, when the doors of perception are cleansed, the world, we see the world as it is, infinite, right? Hope I didn't mangle Blake too much. It's about your vision, but the vision more with the, more than just the eyes, right? The soul. I'm gonna get one of these. This is my little oracle deck that I started. I just was creating some time ago, and I just wrote it down on index cards. So many things I want to do, so little time. But I feel compelled to use them. They were in a box. Okay. The root. And the song on the bottom. Oh, there's two cards. What's behind the root? The submarine. So everything. That's funny to me. So everything is about what's below, you know, below the surface on the earth and below the surface in the water. So your emotions and your physical body. You know, but this is also about the past. There's something about the mother, about the mother here. Where you come from, your ancestry, your history. There's some shame wrapped up in this. I'm going to mangle this, but I feel, I think I've talked about it before, but in the Great Divorce, in the introduction from C.S. Lewis, he talks about evil and needing to go back to the place where it begins, right? That it can't be changed, but you need to look back through yourself in your own life, in your own past, and where it begins, where the traumas begin. And if we live different lives and our souls have different lives, how far back do you go when it's just now? See how it becomes so complicated? Always more questions, but there's this song, the singing, the enthusiasm. Singing in the rain, you know, singing on the road, the rhythm of love. That's a song from the Scorpions. I really like that song. You know, what the rhythm is, but the music of your soul, of your heart, the sound that it makes, the frequency that it's at, that it's vibrating at, your being, you know. And if you have rot, right, at the root, and you have weird algae barnacles barnacled to you, whatever in your etheric body, right? It needs to be cleansed. And maybe having some type of ritual where you're singing, you know, something that's beautiful. I don't know, like, you know, the high notes that break glass. I don't know, something in that. It's weird, but if it makes sense, great. It's been a super deep reading. I got this awesome new little deck. I'm so excited about it. It's called Woodland Wardens. It's such a cute little oracle deck. I'm all about it. Before we go to that, let's get some advice. And I'm going to use this deck. Sorry, y'all. You know how I am. It's been a while, 2 months since I've done a reading, so it'll be a long one. Okay. What's your advice for my cusper, please? What's your advice? I feel excited all of a sudden. That I know that the Ace of Wands, wow. The Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Take the fucking risk. Take your little wand in the dark and let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. That's your song. That's your song. This little light of mine. You're gonna let it shine. It heals, it burns away. There's a fox here wrapped around it. Clever, cunning, hidden. You're gonna see a fox, a red fox. Somewhere you're gonna see a red fox. Funny I say that because I think on this on this deck, but there's a fox wrapped around it. Sorry. I am very tired. Okay, let's get one more. The Five of Wands. There's always going to be difficulty. There's always, that's the nature of this world, of this Midgard, right? The place where good and evil meet, you know. And when you shine your light, you're like a little beacon. But a house divided amongst itself cannot stand. We had the Lover's card, that Gemini energy. I feel like this is you as well, fighting with yourself. Don't lose sight. Don't sabotage yourself. Let's get one more. Be careful, be wary of false friends. The Four of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Ride your own road. You know, this is a time I feel like you need to walk alone. In whatever way that is meaningful for you. Be careful of bad advice. Be careful of someone with a silver tongue. They won't have anything to offer. There's nothing in their cup. Okay. I want to get one more from this deck. I'm sorry. There's one more here. What is this? Please show me this. Give me one more on that. That's coming. Look, I'm looking at that like a warning. The Three of Wands and the Nine of Cups. The Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it's like a warning. There's someone in your energy that wants to keep you. They want to keep you in this Four of Cups type of energy, this complacency, this apathy. It's an unfortunate reality that as we grow and change and choose different roads, different paths, you know, we walk alone, and our others are left behind, and we move on. You move on, and that's an unfortunate thing, and there's only so much you can do for other people. But I do feel like there's a hardness about this this energy. It's sad for you and hard for you to walk away from them. That's just that root, that submarine, because it's with you from the beginning. Keep your song, keep your light, and let it shine. All right, let's close. So we have the Horse and the Bluebell, modest fortitude, this quiet strength. But this is a card about freedom. This is Sagittarian energy, ninth house, expansion, growth, beauty, untamed. But this is a quiet strength. It's modest, this modest fortitude, humility. It's a card of humility and beauty. Of strength, that it's within you, in your soul. You could have Sagittarius in your chart, prominently in your chart, or planets in the ninth. Let's get one more, please. No? From this deck, then. A little bit too many. Here we go. So we have teaching and psychic development. There's that tree, that sage, that wisdom. And it's card 14, that Sagittarian energy, that temperance, the root. I feel that, and I feel the energy of it, and I'm having a difficult time expressing it. Of making sure that your soil is healthy, right? so you can grow. You know, this horse energy is very earthy as well. The hoof, you know, like keep thinking of like rot, like hoof rot, like you can't, you know, and dirty water, you know, dirty chi. And we have this psychic development, this swan, this clarity, you know, a clear mind, a clear psyche, a clear spirit. I hope that this has been helpful, and I will do my best to not be 2 months off the map. And I love to hear y'all's comments, and hopefully we get a love reading. I'm off tomorrow as well, so I'll try to do a love reading as well. Anyway, thank y'all so much. Take care.